Hey everybody, what's going on? My name is Cole, aka Trans Spirit Indigo. I am a soul having a human experience, and I happen to be transgender. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed, liked, commented, all these wonderful things, and thank you so much for being here right now. If you're new, please make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you will know when a new video comes out. Making videos every single week. Let's get into this one. I wanted to share with everyone how I chose my name as a trans guy. So as most of you know, I have always felt the way I feel, since I can remember, since preschool. But I became aware of the term transgender and what that really was when around a little bit after I turned 20 years old. So it actually took me, I'd say about a few years to transition into deciding I was going to go by a different name. My birth name, and I'm gonna give it to you because it has to do with the story. And technically, it's I don't want to hate on the name. I don't want to show hate to my past. That's been something I've been working on lately, just as a side note, is, a lot of the self-love that goes into the spiritual journey is coming to peace in terms with certain parts of our past that we're not the happiest about. And a lot of the stuff having to do with me being trans has been a pretty rough road, but there's also been a lot of joy along the way in discovering that, hey, I can actually be myself every day. This is amazing. Anyway, so back to the name thing. My birth name. I basically got rid of the first chunk of it and kept the last part of it, and that's my name, Cole. So when I was real little, everyone in my family called me Nikki or Nick and spelled what's traditionally known as the male way, Nicky or Nick. My birth name is Nicole. And what happened is when it was time for me to go by a male name, and that's how I felt, that's what I needed to do to be me, to be okay. A lot of people thought that I was going to go with the name Nick. And surprisingly, I didn't, because I was even shocked by it. I'm like, wow, that seems kind of obvious. Your name's Nicole, go by Nick. But I wasn't feeling it. What happened was I had a friend who, I think it was a couple years prior to me realizing there was a term for how I felt, trans. She started calling me Cole. She was a coworker, and I became close friends with her. So I think we were at work, and she, teenagers, and she called me Cole, Cole, and I really enjoyed that name. I thought, man, that's a great name. I like that. Oh, okay. So you just take the "ne" and keep the Cole. It depends how people ask, but if it's like we're having a genuine conversation and it gets brought up with the name thing, I'll say, well, let me tell you how I came up with the name. I literally just got rid of the "ne." And and my aim is to make them laugh, and to make you laugh, as cheesy as that might have just been. But yeah, I just got rid of the "ne" and kept the Cole, and I feel it works for me. I love my name. I've used my name as my stage name. I go by that name when I'm playing guitar at wherever I'm playing music at. So yeah, that's not too much to the story. I never spent time looking up names because of the fact that Nicole, which funny enough, it feels like a pretty ultra feminine kind of name. It's kind of, I've never heard of a male called Nicole. I could be wrong. I know there was Nikola Tesla. Ah, so much love for Nikola Tesla. But anyway, it's about names, and that's what was my name, Nicole, and I go by Cole. And will I have it legally changed? Probably. Probably. I haven't completely thought about it. I'm wondering, I have questions wrapped around it, like old medical records and such. Is it hard to find things when your name isn't your legal birth name anymore? I'm sure a lot of you know the answers to these questions. So, I mean, honestly, if anyone could answer that, that'd be great. You can leave it in the comment section below. Otherwise, I can utilize Google and figure it out for myself. Yeah, so I'll probably change it at some point. But that's my story, and I would love to hear your story. So, have you come up with a name yet? Are you still trying to come up with a name? I mean, there's so many ways you could go about this. You could go on the internet and just look up guy names or girl names, and sometimes I know when I'm writing and I'm coming up with characters, I enjoy, like, I'll type female names from the 1950s and all these interesting names that we don't hear that often these days unless it's our grandparents come up. Well, more so parents, right? How old am I? Wait. I'm just now realizing that I know my grandparents were born in like the 1920s and they've crossed over, but anyway, I digress. Well, you could look up names from the 50s, 60s, 40s, 20s, the 1800s, whatever you want to do. Baby names of the 90s. You're definitely going to find, if you're looking for baby names of the 80s and female names, you're going to find Jennifer, Ashley, Nicole. I'm only well versed with these because I am an 80s baby, so I was looking that up out of curiosity. And Nicole did land on that list for popular girls' names for the 1980s. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Oh, real quick, my name was supposed to be Sarah, which I'm glad it wasn't because that ended up being my childhood best friend's name, and that would have been kind of confusing, Sarah and Sarah. So it worked out well, but also Sarah is a name that I don't really know of any way you could break it down for a guy's name. But hey, creativity, man. I'm sure somebody could think of a way. But I have thought about that, how I am grateful that the name Nicole broke down so easily into Nick or Cole. I've actually met a girl named Cole and a boy named Cole. It's kind of like, Cole kind of reminds me of the name Chris, because Chris can be a guy or a girl's name in this reality that we're in. So there you have it. That's how I came up with my name as a trans guy. I just got rid of the N in Nicole, and I go by Cole. And yeah, I mean, works for me. Whatever works for you, it doesn't have to break off of your name. A lot of times it doesn't. That's where I feel I got very lucky and blessed that it felt very easy for me to come up with that. But say, your name's Jennifer or your name's Bradley and you're trying to find a more female name. There's so many lists out there, my friends. Don't worry, you don't need to branch it off of what you already have. You can make it completely different. In fact, if my name would have been Sarah, I might have just gone by the name Jason, because that was the name that would have been given to me had I been born biological male. So there you go. Whatever works for you. But if you have any questions about it, or, if anybody wants to comment down below and perhaps, we can help somebody out if they're having a hard time coming up with a name, we're all here for each other. Thank you so much again for watching. Please make sure to subscribe, and I really look forward to the next video and talking to you all. Have a good one.